This is a review of the multi-mission capabilities of the Lockheed F-104 weapon system. Men who fly the F-104 are confident. They have learned to depend upon the Starfighter because it has been operationally tested and proved. This current weapon system has been developed from a distinguished series of high-performance aircraft. Aircraft which have established records of excellence unequaled in the history of military aviation. The F-104 is the only plane to ever simultaneously hold world records for speed, altitude, and time to climb. These exploits were recognized in 1959, when the Starfighter won the coveted Collier Trophy for the greatest American achievement in aviation. That same year, during Project Pat Hand, a 30-day period of intensive air defense exercises, it demonstrated an in-commission rate above 90%. The Starfighter also beat its previously established altitude record and set a new one of more than 103,000 feet in 1959. And during the Air Defense Command's William Tell weapons meet that year, 2 F-104 squadrons scored perfect hits on every one of their night missions. They were equally successful in all high-altitude events. Lone F-104 entry in the Tactical Air Command's William Tell 62 meet competed against 13 other frontline fighters to win a resounding victory, proving once more the Starfighter's multi-mission capabilities for tactical warfare. The current F-104 model, developed from this family of record holders, has even greater capabilities, yet to be realized. It is truly a fighter pilot's airplane, offering plus factors he must have to fulfill his varied missions. The F-104 gets into the air fast, even with a load of external stores. A decided asset when flying tactical combat missions from less favorable runways. It has superior acceleration, capable of Mach 2 with plenty of reserve thrust for combat maneuvering. And it can zoom to extreme altitudes. All of these provide the necessary ingredients for air superiority, which must be attained before other missions can be effectively accomplished. In addition to its high performance, advanced F-104 design features permit a wide variety of tactical assignments. Salient among these is the important role of interceptor.
Victor, altitude
20. It must get there fast, identify accurately, and if necessary, destroy the enemy threat. This fighter does. William Tell victories have consistently demonstrated the Starfighter's strike bomber and close support capabilities. Armed reconnaissance assignments may be flown with equal assurance of success. These diverse missions are accomplished by selecting equipment, fuel, and weapon options in various combinations. Fuel capacity can vary from 896 gallons to a maximum of 1,748, depending upon the mission. And the mission radius can vary from 200 miles on a Mach 2 dash intercept to more than 800 miles on a long-range bombing or reconnaissance mission. In addition to the 20-millimeter Vulcan cannon, weapon loading can vary from the Sidewinder, one on each wingtip, or additional ones on center and wing mounts, to a combination of missiles, rockets, and bombs of varying destructive capabilities. 5,600 pounds of expendable weapons can be delivered by the F-104. Today's Starfighter, in its many available configurations, is the product of experience. Experience gained through service in the United States Air Force and the air forces of many allied nations. Of major logistical importance are the 7 Starfighter production centers: United States, Canada, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Their location ensures that no catastrophe can halt F-104 production or deprive operational starfighters of spare parts and overhaul facilities. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is impossible to put an ocean or a continent between an F-104 base and an F-104 production line. No other Mach 2 fighter is so thoroughly proven. The multi-mission capabilities of this modern weapon system completely alter plane-for-plane balance of power. Military planners know the value of an effective gun-firing system if a fighter is to maintain air superiority in enemy territory. This 20-millimeter Vulcan cannon is the old reliable, depended upon by today's fighter pilots. In contrast to less rigid pod-mounted type guns, this solidly mounted cannon produces an accurate firing pattern impossible to duplicate by a gun not engineered as an integral part of the airframe. 4,200 rounds per minute diminish the effectiveness of anti-aircraft fire. Immobilize tanks, combat vehicles, and trains. It is deadly when directed into many types of shipping. And most important, this internally mounted cannon does not affect the F-104 speed. There is no drag penalty as with pod-mounted guns. The starfighter pilot knows that if he is pursued by enemy fighters, he can maneuver effectively and use his gun to destroy the attacker. A great measure of the F-104's multi-mission capabilities results from its electronic systems versatility. Careful engineering and wide experience are reflected in the electronic configurations that are available. Electronic component packages are designed so as to provide considerable facility for removal, inspection, installation, or adaptation to specific mission requirements. Advanced radar, fire control, and navigational equipment are integrated to provide all-weather strike capability. TAC missions today must be accomplished in the face of potent ground-to-air defenses. Extremely low altitude penetration has become mandatory to overrun the enemy's reaction time. The F-104 has a highly sophisticated terrain avoidance radar display in order to safely guide the pilot through obstructing terrain on these low penetration attacks. It is also useful for contour mapping and target identification, as well as for providing safe letdowns during marginal visibility. However, the success of the Starfighter as an effective weapon system depends to a great extent upon its maintainability. The simplicity of module replacement greatly reduces ground time delays for electronic maintenance, and this facility extends with equal importance to other systems. Turnaround time from landing to takeoff readiness can be as little as 13 minutes with a trained crew of 5 men. In addition to the electronic bay, service centers for hydraulic and electrical systems afford quick servicing, inspection, and routine maintenance. The ability of the Starfighters to achieve high in-commission rates when they appeared over the Formosa Strait in 1958 supported their air superiority effectiveness. During May of 1962, a squadron of 18 National Guard F-104s patrolled the Berlin corridors as an active deterrent force and rang up a record total of 836 flying hours for the month. During this period, all scheduled maintenance was performed on all aircraft within normal working hours. Emphasizing the Tactical Air Force's global mobility concept, the F-104 has been deployed to 3 continents, giving it virtually round-the-world range. The Cuban crisis confirmed performance capabilities that had been forecast by earlier assignments. On October 20th, 1962, with less than an hour's notice, Starfighters from George Air Force Base, California, flew 3,000 miles non-stop across the nation to Key West, just 4 minutes from Cuba. Within hours, the F-104s were combat ready and back into the air. During a period of 41 days, these Mach 2 fighters flew air superiority missions for nearly 1,000 hours, during which they achieved a record-breaking in-commission rate exceeding 97%. Since the end of World War II, there have been 43 limited wars and international crisis areas. This record indicates that national tragedy could result in even the most brief void in our ability to meet any threat anywhere. An important part of this national obligation can be assigned to the F-104 weapon system, providing air superiority at Mach 2 speed, combat maneuverability, high altitude capability, and effective delivery of conventional or special weapons. It can burn, shatter, disintegrate, or destroy, completing its tactical assignment with speed that paralyzes enemy defenses. maintenance simplicity that provides record-setting in-commission rates, with the ability to fly operational missions from unfavorable flight strips, and to refuel in air and span the world, the F-104 has proven performance in every mission capability with the air forces of the free world. The simple logistics of a proven weapon system in being, available throughout the free world now, without costly and time-consuming research and development, dictates careful consideration of the Lockheed F-104 as the best weapon system to accelerate tactical Air Force modernization.